people? Why is there too many people? Okay. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, my personal view is, it's only my personal view. My personal view is that there are 7.8 billion too many people. I think everybody here should really be here, right? Now the thing is, the reason why there's so many people here is because Boris Johnson's conspiracy against the people, using distraction and illusion of perception management, pales into insignificance in terms of what you can do about it, which is nothing, to the conspiracy of your own DNA to get you to reproduce. It's your own DNA that's the enemy. It's your own DNA that you have to overcome. And it will use everything in the book, particularly its master trick, the master card of your MDNA, which is sex, which was a nasty trick which it created to trick you with the most pathetic, it's a joke. Just think about it, right? A nice little feeling that now you can get condoms for it, just have slightly less ceiling, right?
Come on, man, I just moved from there to come here and she's moving again.
A whole bundle of problems, which is what we all are, aren't we? We're a bundle of flipping problems to our parents and to ourselves, right? And your DNA chooses all your dresses, ladies. It chooses to put all that makeup on. Your DNA chooses the drugs you take. It chooses alcohol, because that's such a common drug for date rape. It's a terrible drug. Terrible. Your DNA decides everything, mate. Your DNA decided that you're going to be dressed like this. It's all just to improve your chances of procreating. That's right. That's what your DNA did, and that's what your parents' DNA did. You can say something, yes. What was that?
Social standards what they should look like this.
Social standards created it's to do with social standards created by people. Yeah. Social standards, that's the why reason people wear makeup. Okay, you can come up with all like fancy theories why people wear makeup, but yeah, you're obviously not getting what I'm saying, right? All of it, your life when it started and until it ends, your life will be constantly all about, without you even knowing it, it's all about reproducing. That's what you're here to do. Your DNA doesn't care whether you've got no money, it don't care whether you've got no brains, it doesn't care whether you're ugly as sin, it doesn't care whether you're sick as a dog, it doesn't care whether you live in a war zone. Your DNA is trying to get you to reproduce by giving you a nice little fuzzy feeling. Which is why when the lady before went like that to me, I thought, yeah, what's wrong with that? Brilliant. We need to do more of that, and less that involves members of the opposite sex. Especially you. What was that? Why is your DNA? Because this is what your DNA is all about, making you look attractive, and what you're wearing is what's that? I should spread veganism. Alright. Stop eating meat and milk, you horrible lot. Go on, sorry, what was that? DNA doesn't choose anything about what's attractive, that's society's standards. Right. I'm talking about at the deepest level. Firstly, do you actually think that you chose what to wear? Do you think you chose it? You picked it up and went, yeah, but you think you chose it, right? Because you think you're such a great agent of you are in control of your choice. It's nothing to do with the way your perceptions have been managed over the years. Your parents didn't decide, but your parents are responsible for all your problems, you know. Did you know that? Explain. Well, I'll explain. 9 months before you were born, your parents decided to have a nice time with each other. Why did they have you, by the way? Let's get to that. Celebration sex. So wait, let's get this. So you saying that they had a party, you were a mistake, right? Right, it's okay, don't worry, because in my opinion, everyone was a mistake, right? So it's not just you, right? Your parents did not choose you to dress like this. No, but I understand, but we're going back, we're just going a bit deeper than that. It's more important that you understand that your parents owe you an apology and a lot of money for bringing you here by mistake, which is an act of gross negligence. I mean, to put you through this whole existence, you know, that you even have to choose these clothes. I mean, you know, you have to go bother and buy clothes and pay money for clothes that got holes in. I mean, how did they get money out of you to pay clothes that got holes in? I'd take them back if I were you. What's that? Oh, you work? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Why do you work? You know why you work? Why do you work? You work to live and you live to work, do you? We're in that society, yeah. But why did your parents bring you here by accident? And they did, you know, and now you have to work. You should get money from your parents. They owe you big time. You shouldn't have to work. Work? Because they had an accident? Flipping hell, man. They owe you millions. Yes. How do they owe you money when they feed you and they do all that? Sorry. They give you a place to stay. They feed you. They give you money for food. They give you money for clothes. How do they owe money? They owe you money. No, they don't. You don't owe them anything at all. They brought you here without your consent, didn't they? You didn't ask to come here. What's that? Am I happy to be alive? It depends. It depends what sort of stuff I can get my hands on. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes my dealer runs out, then I feel a bit down. But I mean, you know, am I happy to be alive? At times I am, at times I'm not. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I feel happy, sometimes I feel don't. I mean, looking around here, I'm wondering whether I'm kind of losing, even just having to have this conversation, I'm starting to lose the will to live. Just kidding. Go on, what did you want to say? What do you want to say? I better be effing kidding. Oh, wow. Just got a heavy one here. Now, can I ask you, why are you wearing a mask anyway? None of my business. Oh, fair enough. Why am I asking people questions? Big man questions. I'm not sure what that means. I'm so old. What's big man questions? What does that mean? Sorry. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying, we need to start to approach our parents and to tell them that you've figured out that actually they are the cause of all your problems and they should pay for your food, clothes, and in my opinion, your drugs.
I don't know, I'm off in it.
Who pays for your drugs, for example? You don't buy drugs? Why not? Yeah, why don't you buy drugs? I bet you do, by the way. I bet you do buy drugs. One more second. Do you ever buy like? Do you ever buy chocolate? No? Sugar? You don't eat any sugar at all? Really? Too high for you? You don't have any coffee? You never drink coffee? Hey, caffeine. My goodness, you do have a very clean life. What about alcohol? You drink every now and then, so you do take drugs. What are you talking about? You do take drugs. You said, I don't spend my money on drugs. What do you think alcohol is? What do you think it's like? Is it like just a drink like orange juice, water, and alcohol? No, it's a drug delivered in liquid form. You can get cannabis in liquid form as well. What would you call that? A drink? Oh, I'm just having a little drink of cannabis oil. You do take drugs. Do you agree that you take drugs? Do you agree? Do you admit that you take drugs?
I bet you buy drugs. What drugs did you make? You said I bet
any
you
drugs?
What drugs did you make?
Any drugs? Alcohol, for
That's
example.
you prejudiced against me.
No, I'm not prejudiced against you the way you dress.
You said I bet you buy drugs.
No, I don't think the way you dress. In fact, it's positive prejudice. I would have thought that you'd have the wisdom to, instead of buying alcohol, to get cannabis, but you obviously haven't. You know, you should be embarrassed of that. You should be proud that you buy alcohol, one of the most terrible, obnoxious, dangerous drugs. The thing I hate most about alcohol is that it leads to millions of unnecessary pregnancies. Although technically speaking, the word unnecessary before pregnancies is itself unnecessary because all pregnancies are unnecessary, aren't they? Unless someone here can tell me, shall I show of hands, if your pregnancy or your mother's pregnancy with you was strictly necessary? You think so? No. What does pro-life mean, by the way? I was just asked if I'm pro-life. I'm not really sure. What do you mean by pro-life? What do you mean by pro-life? Oh, in terms of abortion? I don't think abortion is a very good idea. I want to try and stop it happening in the first place. Yes? I think, ladies and gentlemen, that the time that Boris Johnson made condoms mandatory, not masks. The masks are not going to stop any diseases, but condoms will.
No, wait, no, you didn't feel that tampons should be free then, or they should still be taxed?
Should tampons be free?
Yeah, condoms are free, but tampons aren't.
Wait, condoms are free, but tampons aren't. I think you'll find that condoms are different to tampons. As far as I know, I'd be worried if I were you. Make sure you... How come condoms are free, but the tampons are taxed? Why are you asking me?
You've got something to say about reproduction.
I've got something to say about reproduction, but not about tampons. What's that got to do with me? I don't make up the rules. Why tampons are taxed and condoms are not? I think condoms should be freely available, which is why I've always carried some on me, especially for people like you. Would you like a condom?
I've got enough.
You've got enough? Go, very good. Do you want one? Hold on. Yes.
That's good on for a condom. Please don't take anything from me. This is so
What the fuck?
Do you actually need that? Oh, you're going to waste it? Oh, no, you've wasted it. That could have stopped one baby being born unnecessarily. And now you've wasted it. Yeah, what we say? Oh, yeah, sorry. We've got a question here about overpopulation, and he's saying, don't you think we've got enough food to feed 7.8 billion people, right? My answer is that my argument against... What was that?
You are a social.
I am a social Nazi. Social Nazi. No, I didn't hear the last word.
I said you are not.
A Nazi internationalist socialist. Yeah, but Dad, it is your fault, isn't it? Do you know how difficult it's been for me? Do you know what I mean? Nobody wants an alcoholic father. Which is why if you do like alcohol, you definitely should not be reproducing. I mean, nobody should, but especially if you do like alcohol. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a question here, which is, don't I think there's enough food to feed the people in the world? Well, my first point about it is, yes, of course there is. But the nature of the way the world works is so cruel, dark, evil, and mental, yeah, that it's never going to be fairly shared out. Because the people at the top are always going to be the people that rise to the top, are always going to be the people that haven't got any compassion, right? Right, we can't run up against it, let me see. And anyway, it doesn't matter. So even if we could feed all the people in the world, what is the point of having them? What is the point? Can someone, I have been offering £100 for anybody that can justify having unprotected sex, right? If anybody can justify it, I'm talking about heterosexual sex. If you're homosexual, I tell you something, these guys, these homosexuals, I have to admit, I am really jealous of the fact that both gays and lesbians can basically have as much intercourse as they like, and there's no chance of any children. Yeah, that's quite a big advantage, ladies and gentlemen. Where was I? Sorry, I do lose my mind when I take so many magic mushrooms. Just to fill you in, I am at the moment involved in a trial on the effect of magic mushrooms on public performance. And for those, you've obviously had mushrooms before. Hands up here who has not ever had magic mushrooms. What? You? Why not? Why? You never what? Why have you never had magic mushrooms? Why not?
Because I'm not high by myself.
Oh, you're high enough by yourself. Oh yeah, we've heard that one before. You come and live with my wife and kids and see how high you be by yourself. Right. Anyway, sorry, where was I? Yes, I was talking about why I was offering £100 to anybody that can justify having heterosexual sex without protection. So, for example, have you ever had heterosexual sex without protection? That's your private business, I'll take that as yes, right? Do you mind? I mean, it's quite likely, isn't it? Why did I have kids? I had kids because I didn't know what I was doing at the time. I just did what I was programmed to do. So the reason why I had kids is because my DNA, right, worked the whole of my life through my conditioning and through my body to replicate itself. And at the time, I thought everyone was doing it, and I thought, you know what I mean, everyone's doing it, so I'll do it as well. That's literally what I thought, really. No, I had 3. Yeah, I had 3. But I'm part of the culture that is very, very pro-natalist. I'm part of the culture where everyone has children. Absolutely everyone. I've never met anybody who chose not to have children until I was 31. Yeah. Okay. You're just listening. You're a bit hard of hearing, and you've been drinking a bit as well, haven't you? You might find the content a little bit challenging if you're drunk. So, and you know, feel free to go if you're feeling tired and confused at any time. Which is what I said to my mother-in-law the other day. She's not alive anymore. Anyway, I was just talking to you. Yeah, so I was talking about why I've had my children. I had them because everyone else did. But we're getting back to you right now, right? And I'm asking you, yeah, would you like to go for £100? Can you justify having unprotected sex? Can you justify, pardon, I just said on a megaphone, can you justify having unprotected sex? If you can, like logically and ethically, I'll give you £100.
Society standards way of that you've got to pass on your
It's the society standards way that you've got to pass on your family.
It's everything you're...
Right, hold on a second. Okay, let's get this right. I am aware that obviously your DNA has been working for millions of years of evolution, yeah? To put in place a whole set of beliefs like, you've got to carry on your family life.
It's not in my DNA though.
Well, it is. No, it isn't your DNA. No, it is.
Maybe it's not, I don't want to reproduce.
You don't want to reproduce? Oh, wonderful. Fantastic. Then there's no problem at all. That's fantastic. Great. No. It is down to DNA because you do want to have sex, don't you? You do want to have sex, don't you?
Not really.
You don't have any sex at all?
No, I've had it once, got put off it.
You got put off sex, you had it once?
I was 16 and now 20.
Oh my God, that's very good. I'm telling you, respect to you. I mean, fantastic. If you're put off sex, you never have sex, then obviously you've managed to overcome your own DNA that most people don't manage to overcome without even knowing it. What's that? Yes.
Okay, that's not what to do with DNA.
No, it has got to do with DNA. Everything has got to do with DNA. Your DNA is what determines how your life is. That's what DNA is. It's working in the background. That's what the point is. It works in the background. It doesn't always work with everyone. There's a few people like you who are part of a tiny minority, and you're only 20. We don't know whether you're going to abstain from sex for the rest of your life, or whether one day someone's going to tempt you, right?
Gonna what?
Tempt you. Yeah, there's a lot of temptation around, isn't there? Right, exactly. So we don't know that yet. Yeah, we know that you've gone 4 years, and I have a lot of respect for that. What I'm trying to... Yeah. You've only just joined the group. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the group. Now, just want to let you know what's been going on, is that we've been telling, everyone has been sharing a secret that they haven't really told anyone about themselves. And this is your opportunity to share something with us all that you don't really share usually. Well, tell us a secret about yourself. You're just interested in discussion? Alright, I thought you were joining the group. Is it like a therapy group? We're doing like a group therapy thing? Yeah? And we're discussing, at the moment we're discussing alcoholism. And you've obviously drunk a lot of alcohol. Why are you drinking alcohol? What's that all about? What are you running away from? You're running away from something with the alcohol. You're self-medicating, aren't you? What's really going on underneath that has led you to the alcohol? Seriously? Yeah. Now, what we're discussing tonight is we are offering £100 for anybody that can justify having unprotected sex. Have you ever had unprotected sex? Have I? Yes. Have you? Yes, I told you have I. Have you? You don't understand the discussion. It's very simple. I ask you, have you had unprotected sex? And you answer yes or no. Fairly simple. What's the debate? There's no debate yet. We'll get to the debate in a minute. But for the moment, have you had unprotected sex?
He's had unprotected sex.
You've had unprotected sex? Would you like to justify it for us? Can you? Come on, take the mask off. You look ridiculous in that mask. seriously, everybody's going to know that you don't realise that the whole idea of masks is a part of perception management, which is what the government's job is.
Oh
Their
my
job is
fucking
to
God, my
manage your
battery.
perception. And they've done very well with you, but why have you had unprotected sex? Go on, what did you do? Who did you do it with and why? It feels good, ladies and gentlemen. He's not going to get £100 for that argument. It's not exactly the most ethical argument. How would you explain, had you had a child as a result of that little feeling of good for about how long? How long was the good feeling, the last bit? Roughly, give us, how long? 5 seconds? So for 5 seconds of good, you could have created a child by accident, right? Which is how this guy got here in the first place, right? You could have created a child just for that nice feeling. That's not a good reason to have unprotected sex. That's terrible. I'm not letting you anywhere near my daughter. Here, and listen, sir.
She's gonna give him a condom. What? She's gonna give him a condom.
You need one of these, sir. Please.
Wait, what brand?
Thank you. Anybody